Hi everyone and welcome to a new video. In this video we're gonna take a look at Arbitrum, and of course at the end of the video I'll take a quick look at my Polygon Matic farm, since I've been doing updates on this on a weekly basis. But the bulk of this video will be focused on Arbitrum. As you can see, there is 1.5 billion in TVL already in Arbitrum, so you can expect some interesting farms popping up. So if you are interested in finding out more, be sure to continue watching, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe at the end of the video. As we can see here on bitcoin.com, Arbitrum surpasses 1.5 billion in TVL, and there aren't even that many apps or dApps on this platform right now. The one stealing the show is Nyan. It's a meme coin. Thankfully there is a limited supply, so we'll take a quick look at the website right now. So of course it's about this little cat. When we go to tokenomics and distribution plan, we see there will be a limited supply of 100 million. Each week 7 million will be distributed, and this for a period of 3 months. So right now the price, since I started recording this video and doing some research, I think I was looking at a price over $2, so it is going down significantly. And when looking online, I think 20 hours ago it was still above $4. So yeah, the price is dropping significantly, but maybe you hope that there will be a special drop, or the price of the token will go up in the future once the 100 million tokens is reached. Either way, this is super risky, and I'll show you why. We got some insane high APRs. So this is APR, this is not even APY. So it's 5,000 APR on the ETH9 liquidity pool, and still 3,000 APR on the Nyan pool. So yeah, you can imagine why the price is dropping, or at least fluctuating so much. There is a lot of hype around this coin, so yeah, maybe it goes up a little bit more, maybe it dumps. I mean, if you get these kind of gains, I can imagine people are dumping the token on a daily basis. So yeah, super risky. Also interesting to see when you go to CoinMarketCap and you filter on Arbitrum, you don't see any coins yet. So just expect a bunch of projects to be listed in the future. So right now, whatever project you're getting into is super early, again, also super risky, but I do think there are some opportunities to be found. So how the hell do you find these projects? As with most crypto projects, the best place to start is on Twitter. So I found this Twitter profile, Arbitrum today, got 2K followers, so I think it could be interesting to take a look at this one. As you can see, they do some announcements on new farms. We got Panda Farm coming up. See some meme projects. We see some NFT projects here. We have a nice overview here 9 hours ago of the newcomers to the Arbitrum ecosystem. We see Arbinyan, Amy Finance, Metaverse Marauder. So yeah, there will be NFTs. We got some classics here. DXL, they've been around for quite some time. Of course, we got DFIN, they're a known project. RB-Moon, this is probably something like SafeMoon. Next we have Honey Money, they have a farming protocol. I think this is a nice degen farm, so we'll take a look at it right now. So the website of this project is the Honeypot.finance. Over here we can go to farms. As we can see, we see a very nice APY. Very important, this is APY, not APR, but if you got these numbers, yeah, that means that we still have 150% APR, which is definitely significant. The only downside is that you have to buy the honey token, which is a farm token, and all of the farms and all of the liquidity pairs are with that farm token. So yeah, it's very risky. Be careful. The only reason why I would consider doing this is because we are very early. There are not that many projects out there. So there is a very small chance that this project becomes the reference project, just like we have seen with PancakeSwap and so forth. So yeah, maybe this can be something. Maybe not, but I do think it's worth a gamble for me. None of this is financial advice. You have to do your own risk assessment. If you're very risk averse, I would stay away from projects like these, and especially from the Nyan project as well. It is all super risky, super early. But yeah, I know a bunch of you guys are very degen, so that's why I'm covering these projects. So yeah, if you're looking forward to jumping in those early projects and the upcoming projects, be sure to follow that Twitter channel, because I do think it's a good resource to find out about new projects. If you have another good resource, be sure to post a comment so we can all enjoy the benefits. Now, if you want to get started, the first thing you have to do, of course, is add the Arbitrum network to your Metamask. It's the same way as we've done with Matic, Avalanche, and so forth. But thankfully, Uniswap is supporting Arbitrum directly, and I also made a little how-to guide on their website. So how to connect to Arbitrum. I think you all know how it's done. If you don't, I'll put a link in the description of the video. But basically, here you find out all the custom RPC information, so you can add the Arbitrum network to your Metamask. Next thing we do is go to the Arbitrum bridge. Right now I've set up a 0.5 ETH ready to be deposited on the network. Of course I need some extra to pay for the gas fees, which sadly are very high right now. I think I have to choose a different moment to do my videos, because each time I make a video the gas fees are super high. But hey, just have to learn and live with it. So right now I'm gonna bridge 0.4 ETH. So you just fill in the number and you click deposit. It can take up to 10 minutes, so yeah, don't be surprised, it will take a while. Click proceed. Right now I have to pay 30 bucks for the bridging on Ethereum, and then we'll just have to wait 15 minutes and see how it goes. Once that is done, we can change our network from mainnet to the Arbitrum network in our Metamask. Now, for example, go to Uniswap. As you can see, once you're connected to the Arbitrum network, Uniswap will automatically detect this, and you'll see Arbitrum right here in the top right corner, and you can start changing tokens. Same thing goes for Sushiswap. If you arrive on the website and you're connected to the Arbitrum network, you'll see the Arbitrum logo right here. So yeah, there is already native support on both Uniswap and Sushiswap, and we've seen that Defin is also adding the Arbitrum network. So yeah, I assume a lot of projects are going to follow the lead, which means we are still very, very early. And then, of course, once you're connected, you can do whatever you're used to on these different platforms. In this case, if you want that Nyan token and you're really feeling degen, or you're feeling really lucky, you can go to the website and you can click on buy on Sushiswap right here and buy the token. As you've seen, we are still dropping in price, so again, be very, very careful. In this case, just for the fun of it, I want to buy a little bit of history when it comes to the Ethereum network, or at least the Arbitrum network. So I'm going to buy 0.05 of this token, or yeah, let's just make it a nice even 100 Nyan tokens. As you can see, I'm also still waiting for my other Ethereum tokens to be bridged, but yeah, I already had some swapped over to see how it all worked in preparation of this video. Yeah, we just click swap. Confirm, sign a transaction, and you're done. As you can see, it is super fast. So right now with the default settings, I paid $2.6 to do the swap. If we would compare this with a regular swap on mainnet, at the current time of making the video, that would cost us $50. So yeah, it's a lot cheaper on Arbitrum. The prices are still higher than we have on Matic. On Matic, it is it's sub-cent levels. So on Arbitrum, you're still paying a few dollars. But yeah, comparing $2.5 with $50, I know which option to choose. So right now, my tokens have been bridged. So I again have 0.4 Ethereum available on the Arbitrum network. So let's do some staking, or at least some farming on Honeypot. But first we have to get the token. We can find a link here at the bottom. It's not very clear, so it's available on Sushiswap as well. So we click here. In this case, we still have to add the token to our list. So I just copy this address that I have right now, click import, and then let's swap a little bit. I don't want to go crazy with this because yeah, it's still a farm token. I think it's pretty risky, so let's go for 0.1 ETH. Swap, confirm, and boom, instantly the transaction is done. The transaction fees, there were again $2.6, which is very acceptable. Then we go to liquidity, take our honey token, max, approve, and the approval is done. So the approval was again about $2 in gas fees, and then we have to confirm adding liquidity, and again the gas fees were about $2. So yeah, just expect between $2 and $2.5 for each transaction, which is definitely acceptable. And a big change from the gas fees that we have on Ethereum right now. This means we can go back to the Honeypot, click on farms, and we have this liquidity token, select, approve. So when approving the Honey ETH SLP token, I was surprised that I'm not able to set a limit. As soon as I changed the limit, I got an error in Metamask from the contract. So yeah, thankfully this is Honey ETH. So I'm not going to spend this liquidity pair anywhere else, so the risk is a bit limited. But still, I hope they fix it. It shouldn't give an error. But yeah, so we have approved the spending of the liquidity token, and now we can add liquidity token, max, confirm. There we go. We are good to go on our first farm on Arbitrum. Alright, enough about Arbitrum, it's time to look at our main farms. I want to take a quick look at Polygon Finance since I just like the project. I didn't expect the token to dump below the 30 cents mark, but it did. Also, the TVL has continued dumping. I think over a week ago we were still above $100 million in TVL. Right now we are at 60. So yeah, that's a significant decrease, and I don't know where it's going to stop. Of course, I'm looking at this daily because I'm harvesting my PAW tokens that have been locked up. But apparently locking up the tokens hasn't done enough or hasn't prevented the token from dumping or liquidity moving from the project. Polyshield, on the other hand, it had a bumpy ride as well. Sadly, this one isn't that up to date. I think one day ago, the 9 million mark, I think that was over a week ago. So yeah, this is definitely not accurate. This number is. We had been in the low 7 million for a few days. Right now it seems like we're moving back up to 8 million. So it means that I'm going to keep my farm going. It's still the USDT Ethereum farm. We still have 140% APR, so I'm fine with that. If it's dropping below 100%, I'm going to move it over somewhere else. Either way, this 4% fee has already been recovered, so I'm not going to complain about that. Next up is Singular. They're holding up pretty good, but their TVL is moving downwards as well. I think a little over a week ago, they were at the high 3 million, close to 4 million. On the 6th, they had a big dump, but afterwards they had a steady decline, now all the way down to 3.2 million. I did exit the farm in the middle of the week. The APR is still very good, it's still above 150% APR. Now the reason why I pulled my liquidity is I wanted to harvest my tokens, and for some reason the website wasn't working and it wasn't showing the right numbers, so it got me a little spooked, and I already had my 4% already recovered, so I was at the break-even level, and it didn't feel right, so I didn't want to take the risk, and I pulled out my tokens. Keeping an eye on it for the past few days, and apparently there was nothing wrong, so yeah, sadly I pulled out my tokens too early, but I would rather be safe than sorry. So for now, this I do think is still a very interesting farm if you're into Link and Matic. So yeah, take a look at this one. It still looks good, the returns are still very healthy. Right now I'm eyeing the Delirium farm, which is the next level of the Sandman farm. So in 3 days, or let's just say 4 days, it should be activated. Because I was in the previous farm, I was able to get some of these Delight tokens on pre-sale. Since I'm going to farm it really early, I'm probably going to use the Delight tokens in the first 3 days to farm the farm token with a farm token. I know it's super risky, it will be dumped, but so far, the Sandman farm did a really good job, so I hope we will see the same thing with the Delight farm. I'm willing to take a little risk on this one. The last newcomer to the list is Polypup. Polypup we know from a few weeks ago. I skipped this farm, or at least the new levels of this farm, because usually they're combining it with different tokens of their previous projects, which I don't have anymore, and these are all farm tokens, so yeah, I don't feel like buying them. But on the new one, I saw something interesting, which of course is the My USDC liquidity pair. And as you know, I still had about $1,000 in this stablecoin pair. So yeah, it just made sense with these high returns. Of course, they will drop immediately after the first day. Nonetheless, if you're holding My USDC, I think this could be interesting to take a look at. They should be launching in the upcoming week, and already pre-locked my tokens since I had them anyway. So yeah. This is the one that I'll be farming for probably a week, and then I'll pull out my tokens again, looking for a new farm. The last one I want to talk about is another golden oldie, which is Qi-Dao. So they added a new farm, so they removed the original Qi My farm, and they replaced it with Qi Matic. In the beginning of the week, there was a really interesting APR, so it was above 900%. I made a tweet about this, so yeah, if you want to stay up to date on these things on a daily basis, just follow me on Twitter. So yeah, on the first day the APR is very high, but now it has already stabilized. As you can see, there's a lot of value locked in it already, which means I'm probably gonna pull my liquidity tokens and move them over as soon as the Delirium farm opens up or another interesting farm pops up. So but right now the fees on Qi-Dao are only 0.5%, so that's a really low fee when it comes to farming. With all the other Matic farms, it's 4%, so that is why it is really interesting to move tokens in and out of Qi-Dao. Right now it's still above 150% APR, which is interesting, but you have to keep an eye on the price. When I got in, it was a little over 70 cents, and right now it seems like it's dropping again. However, I wouldn't be too scared of the token going to zero, because they really have some interesting things coming up. When you click here on the top right corner, and you go to governance, you see what proposals are being voted on. So the last two that we have voted on was listing Qi and Mai on a centralized exchange. So that can be interesting and create some demand for the token. And another one is partnering up with Amun. So as part of the deal, Qi-Dao would provide 1.4 million in Qi tokens to seed the index. So yeah, these are all nice and interesting things going on to create more demand and more utility for the Qi token. This is why I think there is still a future for this token, and especially for this project. So it's not just a farm token and that the team is not doing anything with it. They're really actively integrating the tokens in different platforms and really making a name for themselves. So that is why I am willing to take a little bit extra risk on this token. Alright, that's it for this update. I hope it was useful. I hope you enjoyed this little content about Arbitrum. I do think we would be very early if you get in right now. So yeah, please do keep an eye on all the different projects. If you find something interesting on Arbitrum, please let me know, because I do think the rewards will be very interesting on Arbitrum in the upcoming weeks. As always, if you got any questions, remarks, and so forth, do not hesitate to post a comment. Don't forget to like the video and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.